Hello, YouTube, and happy Thursday. It's Michelle. I've had to move into the abyss that would be my office. I am usually the only one in the building in the mornings, and as people start coming in, the sound and noises start getting louder and louder. So, wanted to do this Bible Scavenger Hunt share, starting with days 8 through 12 for you. I've been doing pretty good. I fell behind starting day 8, but I've pretty much caught up now. So, just a quick share. So, on day 8, it was salvation, and salvation was on a Friday. Day 8 was a Friday, and this actually comes from the next Sunday's children's ministry service. We arrive an hour before service so that we can get our own communion service before we serve the kids during normal church. And a great friend was our guest speaker for the day and just talked about have you ever been denied access? So, of course, immediately I thought of as African Americans being denied access to all kinds of things and other, minorities, but just being able to think about even so much as being denied access, VIP pass, how that those people look so important when you're standing in the line to go get searched by the TSA, and there are those people who pay this extra money so that they can zip through and with the line and get in the front. But he just talked about different other ones, and just relating that to the whole idea of in the Old Testament, the high priest was the only one who had access to the holiest of places in the tabernacle, and how once a year he entered that place and offered the sacrifice of blood for the entire nation of Israel, and how Jesus actually did away with the first order and became the second order of being the ultimate sacrifice, and that because of his blood being shed, we now have salvation, and just that encouragement. On day 9, it was the church, and made this little stick figure, and I by no means created this myself. It's just when studying the Bible, I remember just the kind of the little illustration just to help remind myself of that the head of the church is Jesus, and that the church itself is the body. And I looked at 1 Corinthians 12 through 30, and it's entitled One Body, Many Parts. And in verse 26, it says, if one part suffers, every part suffers with it. If one part is honored, every part rejoices with it. And how we are connected. On day 10 was faith, and I went to Galatians 5:22 through 26, the fruits of the Spirit, where one of the fruits of the Spirit is faithfulness. And just to remind myself that faithfulness is a fruit, and therefore, like any tree, in order for the fruit to grow and ripen and be sweet and delicious, it needs to be nurtured, and to also know that some of it takes time. When the first little flower comes out in April, that flower is just the very beginning of the fruit that is going to be produced in September. And just to, not get down on myself when I have a faithless moment, but to remember it's a growing process. So that was faith, and that was day 10. Day 11 was protection. I got really convicted on this one. I looked at 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 8, and just love is. And verse 7 talks about it always protects. And I think just being mindful and reminded that when I'm getting spiritual advice or talking to my spiritual buddies about situations that I'm involved in, to make sure that I'm protecting those that I love, my daughter, my parents, my siblings, that when issues come up and I'm, trying to get some spiritual help, that I'm still protective of them, that if they were to walk in the room, they wouldn't feel like all eyes are on them or whatever because of whatever's going on. So just a constant reminder about that. Day 12 is fasting, and fasting we had the challenge to not only look up a scripture, but also to look up something scientific regarding fasting. And so that was interesting. And I looked at Isaiah 58. The whole chapter is entitled True Fasting. And in Isaiah 58, 4b, definitely this admonishment: you cannot fast as you do today and expect your voice to be heard on high. And then there are tons of if-then statements in the Bible, and here's God's if-then. If you loose the chains of injustice, set the oppressed free, share your food with the hungry, provide for the poor. Then in verse 9 it says, then you will call and the Lord will answer. And just the whole idea, now there's so many religious groups that fast for periods of time, and man, you cannot fast from chocolate for 30 days and you're cursing people out, etc. That's a big extreme, but you know what I mean. Just the whole idea that fasting is supposed to bring us closer, nearer to be able to hear the voice of God. The patriarchs fasted before making big decisions. It just wasn't a diet move. But anyway, that's enough of that. And then on as far as scientifically, I found an article about the benefits of fasting. And in this article, it said in recent years, numerous studies have suggested that intermittent fasting, abstaining or reducing food and drink intake periodically, can be good for us, making it one of the most popular diet trends in the world. And the one that they talked about specifically was the 5-2 diet. And that's where 5 days a week you eat regularly, and then 2 days a week you drop your caloric intake to 500 for women or 600 for men. And just how that is good, because it does reduce the glucose in your body. It allows your body to eliminate toxins, etc., etc., etc. So thanks for that, Jamie. That was kind of cool, tying in the spiritual and the physical. And so, yeah, that's where I am. Day 12, I'm getting ready to look at the prompt for yesterday and see if the todays are there and get caught up. But I hope everyone is getting a kick out of this study series. I love it. I just need help. And, sometimes we need help to do the good we want to do. So thanks again, Poet Spice 1. Everybody have a happy Thursday. See you later. Bye.